Hi guys, I'm Andy, welcome back to Backpacking UK, the YouTube channel that's all about hiking, backpacking and wild camping. Right, today we're going to be taking a look at three really popular Garmin GPS watches, and we're going to be talking about what is the most important feature out of a GPS watch for hiking and backpacking. So I've got the Garmin Instinct 2 Solar at the bottom end. I've got the Garmin Epix Gen 2 at the top end, and sitting in the middle I've got the Garmin Fenix 6 Pro. Now, GPS watches in general out there, they're all now very good at logging your activities. You can put routes on them and follow routes. The battery life's pretty good now, and they'll hook up to the satellites pretty quickly as well. However, there is one big difference between these GPS watches, and that is what we are going to be looking at today. So this is the cheaper Garmin Instinct 2 Solar. Now, as you can see, it's got quite a basic screen and map. Now, the pixels are 176 by 176, and it's just got this quite basic monochrome display. So with the Garmin Instinct 2 Solar, this is the route. It's just a line, and there is no information what is around me at all. So next up, got a Garmin Fenix 6 Pro. Big screen upgrade. We've got a colour screen with 64 colours, and the pixels are 260 by 260, so a lot more detail with this watch. Now, as you can see, the purple is the route that I'm taking. Still got quite a lot of information with what is around me, local parks and the local roads as well. But lastly, we've got the Garmin Epix Gen 2. Now, this is a totally different screen. It's an AMOLED screen. It's got 64,000 colours, and it also has pixels of 416 by 416. So there's a lot more detail with this watch. So with the Garmin Epix Gen 2, you can sort of see where I've been. You can see the route that I plotted in purple. You can see the village where I'm at. There's just lots and lots of detail. This is also sort of touch screen as well, so you can move forward and see where you're going. You can zoom in and out dead easy, move back. It's just a really nice GPS watch to have on your wrist. So what does this actually mean? Well, the Garmin Instinct 2 Solar, the maps are so basic. If you've loaded a map and you follow it quite precisely, you should be okay, to be honest. But if you miss a direction and need to get back where you are, it's really quite difficult. You've also got no idea whatsoever of what is around you, because it does not have that information on there at all. So it's not bad. It's an entry-level GPS watch. If you follow it precisely, you should be okay. So next up, you've got a Garmin Fenix 6 Pro. Now, this is a massive jump up. You've got a really nice colour screen there. You've got loads of more detail on the mapping. You know, if you take a wrong turn, you've still got some of the trails and footpaths around you to get your bearings, to get yourself back on track. You can also zoom out, see what's around you. Now, you've got the Garmin Epix Gen 2. Now, this is a totally different ball game. Now, all the colours plus the extra pixels mean the maps show a lot more detail, a huge amount more detail, and not just for following a route and seeing where's about you, but you can really sort of pan to see what's coming up. If you miss something, it's easy to get back on track. For me, you know, when you're going out on your own to these national parks, I think confidence is a massive thing, and it really helps to know you've got basically what's almost like an OS map on your wrist. It's an unbelievable piece of kit. But these watches, even to be honest, the cheap ones, they're going to have so many features, just more than you're ever going to know what to do with. There's no doubt about that. I mean, if you just want an activity logger, you can have something really cheap. If you're doing very simple routes, again, just something you can load a route onto and follow it. It's only when you're getting yourself really out there that you need something a bit more than that. But without a shadow of a doubt, for me, having a nice big colour detailed map on my wrist is just worth so much to me. And to be honest, I've gone back to my old watches just to see if the Epix Gen 2 really is that good. It's so hard going back, I've got to say, it really, really is. But end of the day, it depends on your budget and what you really need out of a GPS watch. Now, one thing I will say, what I've learned by having, oh God, countless sort of GPS watches by now, and I have come unstuck a little bit. So my Fenix 6 Pro is actually a 6S. I've got fairly small wrists. I didn't want a huge watch on my wrist. However, there are two big problems with small GPS watches. One, obviously the display is small, but two, it's actually, you've got a shorter battery life because it's got a smaller battery in it. So with hindsight, I should have got the standard sized GPS watch on there. So that's something to really watch out for, because it's really important, especially if you're going away for like multi days. Your battery is so important. And I would always say, don't just rely on a GPS watch, do take a map and also know how to use a map as well. Now, I know there's loads of differences between cheap GPS watches and high-end GPS watches. However, for me, the most important factor of all is the maps. That is why I've got a GPS watch in the first place. For me, because when I'm out there in the national parks, I'm out there in the wilderness, I need to have full confidence in my GPS watch. I want some decent maps. I want to know where I'm going. But anyway, hopefully you've liked this review. Please check out my other videos. Hope to see you out there soon. Cheers.